So many of our favorite athletes have had that one signature maneuver that they're known for. NFL players are certainly no exception to this. Whether it's a slick throw or pass rush move of some sort, these 10 NFL stars have had that one signature move that they have clearly made their own. Aaron Rodgers, the Hail Mary pass. Rodgers won't retire with a ton of major records or the most Super Bowl rings, but there's a strong case to be made that he's the most complete, all-around quarterback the game has ever seen. Rodgers' skills are simply out of this world. His pinpoint accuracy, insanely low interception numbers, his ability to take advantage of free plays, it goes on and on. But when Rodgers is retired 10 years from now, we'll mostly associate this guy as the master of the Hail Mary pass. Rodgers has perfected the art of the Hail Mary throw. The three-time MVP has completed not one, not two, but three of these already in his Hall of Fame career, and they all occurred over the stretch of 2 seasons. The first, of course, was the iconic miracle in Motown when the Packers walked off the Detroit Lions on Thursday Night Football in Week 13 of the 2015 season.
Get there. He turned 32 yesterday. Does he have a vintage moment in him? In the end zone, it is caught!
1 month later, Rodgers hit Jeff Janis at the buzzer to send the Packers into overtime of their NFC divisional round tilt against the Arizona Cardinals. Yes, the Packers wound up losing in the extra frame thanks to Larry Fitzgerald's heroics, but the fact that the game got to OT in the first place is ridiculous.
Rodgers is going to roll away, throws it up in the air, says a prayer, and Janis does it.
And then in the 2016 NFC wildcard round against the New York Giants, Rodgers attempted a Hail Mary at the end of the first half, and Randall Cobb answered the call.
They're going to air it out. Rodgers does this better than anybody. End zone, Cobb, touchdown!
Safe to say you'll never see anyone do this better than Rodgers. Patrick Mahomes, the no-look pass. The Kansas City Chiefs phenom quarterback has quickly taken the NFL by storm. It took Mahomes only 1 season as a starter to establish himself as a new face of the league. Like Rodgers, Mahomes just has these unhuman-like skills that simply cannot be put into words. He's the ultimate highlight reel machine, making the most impossible plays look easy. To us, nothing about Patrick Mahomes is more signature than the art of his no-look passes. The most memorable instance came in Week 14 of the 2018 season against the Baltimore Ravens. Even though this one fell incomplete, Mahomes' no-looker against the Oakland Raiders 3 weeks later is worthy of mentioning. Mahomes also did it in the Pro Bowl a month later against the best of the best.
We did see this a lot. I mean, look at him. He doesn't even look. He knows out of his peripheral vision.
We're not done either. In Week 1 of the 2019 season against the Jacksonville Jaguars, he gave it another go. Although in this instance, he missed a wide-open Travis Kelce in the end zone.
This ball's going to get away from Mahomes.
Oh, no look. Should have looked.
Yeah, no look, no complete.
And he sure made it look easy on this play during a 2020 scrimmage. And in Week 8 of the 2020 season against the New York Jets, Mahomes pulled it off again.
And now he is thrown free. Kelce, touchdown.
Seriously, how does he do it and with such ease? That baseball background has paid dividends all right. Aaron Donald, the jump chop. Donald has firmly established himself as the NFL's best defensive player, and quite frankly, it's not even close. He's the most dominant defensive player since Lawrence Taylor, and his 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards over a 4-year span speak for themselves. For Donald, wreaking havoc in the trenches doesn't only stem from his 6'1", 280-pound frame. He also has this unique jump chop move that has terrorized offensive linemen and quarterbacks since 2014. What Donald likes to do is chop at the blocker's arm. He then jumps around the blocker, which allows him to get to the quarterback. Watch closely how he chops down on the wrist with one hand, swats it away with the other, then jumps around his blocker on this play. This is a special technique that has made Donald virtually unblockable even when he faces double teams. LeSean McCoy, Juking. The 2-time Super Bowl champion may not be a Hall of Famer, and he simply won't be regarded as the best running back of his era, but few players have perfected the art of juking like McCoy. In his prime, McCoy's play was reminiscent of Barry Sanders, who's literally the GOAT of juking.
3. And And this is going to wrap it up. And there goes McCoy.
With both the Philadelphia Eagles and Buffalo Bills, McCoy racked up the extra yardage by dancing his way through defenders. His ankle-breaking moves were breathtaking, and defenses just didn't have an answer for him in open space.
Juggles the snap, but gets it away. And McCoy has the first down and a lot more.
It's been a long time since we saw that version of McCoy, but it was truly a joy to watch him pull off the Madden-like moves time and time again for nearly a decade. Rob Gronkowski Gronk Spike. So technically this isn't a football play, but rather a form of TD celebration. Still, it's iconic and signature enough to be included on our list. Gronkowski has a short and sweet celebration for every single touchdown that he scores, and trust us, there have been a lot of them. Anytime he gets into the end zone, Gronk likes to spike the ever-living crap out of the football. Maybe that explains why Tom Brady's balls were so deflated.
Bouncer jinxes. Here's Brady's pass. It's Gronkowski. Back again. The biggest tap.
Sure, this is a common celebration that's been around forever, but there's just something about Gronk's version that makes it so much more epic. I mean, there's a reason why we all call it the Gronk Spike now.
Pass. What a catch. Gronkowski, touchdown.
Here's hoping the New England Patriots put a Gronk Spike statue outside of Gillette Stadium at some point after his playing career. Odell Beckham Jr., the one-handed catch. Beckham made, quite literally, the greatest catch in NFL history during Sunday Night Football in Week 12 of the 2014 season. All these years later, and we still don't know how he managed to come up with that ball while being blatantly interfered with.
And Manning's going to heave one. There's a flag. Beckham
Catch that.
The thing is, that was only one of the many one-handed catches OBJ has made throughout his NFL career. He's done it so often now that it's actually become his very own signature play. 1 year later, Beckham pulled off another one of his patented one-handed grabs in a Week 4 2015 road game against the Buffalo Bills. It didn't count because he was out of bounds, but the effort was highlight-worthy anyway.
Keep this. Does he possess this? He's just out of bounds, but does he make that catch again?
Practice makes perfect, they say, and you can often find Beckham practicing his one-handed grabs on the field before games. Even after he was traded to the Cleveland Browns, Beckham maintained his one-handed artistry. Cleveland, and Jets fans for that matter, will never forget this slick one-handed grab in Week 2 of the 2019 campaign on Monday Night Football.
2nd and 12. Mayfield wants all of it. What an effort by
Someone check that man for a stick-em. Khalil Mack, the long arm rush. He's not quite at Aaron Donald's level, but Mack has pieced together a Hall of Fame career with his world-class pass rushing abilities. For Donald, it's the jump chop, but for Mack, it's all about the long arm rush. The 6'3", 269-pound Mack has an arm length off 33 1/4 inches, and he puts it to tremendous use. Mack's long arm extension allows him to place more force and pressure on the opposing offensive lineman as he forces his way into the pocket. For instance, just look at the way he bullied Tristan Wirfs, who's listed at 6'5", 320 pounds. After bringing down Brady for a sack, Mack threw the rookie into the ground with just one arm. And again, this is a guy who has a major size advantage on Mack.
To work around him and get to Brady. He's got him one-on-one. I mean, he's had his hands full.
Guys of his size just aren't supposed to have that kind of mobility, speed, and all-around athleticism. You saw how he single-handedly turned the Bears' defense into one of the NFL's best. On the flip side, how much the Las Vegas Raiders unit has regressed since trading him. It's this special arm rush technique that has made Mack one of the game's most dynamic players. It's why he's consistently in the running for the Sacks title and the Defensive Player of the Year. Von Miller's spin move. His unique skill set has helped Miller emerge as one of the NFL's most dynamic pass rushers ever. He is a guru at timing the snap count, and when you couple that with his spin move, it makes for a long day at the office for opposing offenses. Former Indianapolis Colts star Dwight Freeney mastered the whole spin move thing. In fact, ahead of the Week 5 2016 game against Freeney's Atlanta Falcons, Miller said he had to credit 65% of his spin move to Freeney. As for the remaining 35%, Miller credits himself for that. Fittingly enough, Miller had one of those signature moments in his game against Atlanta.
For a first down, he's going down.
Here comes the moves. Fakes the power. He puts his best Dwight Freeney in.
Both players became centerpieces on an elite defensive group that helped their respective teams to a Super Bowl. For Freeney, it was the 2006 Colts. For Miller, it was the 2015 Denver Broncos. Miller's footwork, speed, and agility, which is incredible for a guy of his size, is what sets him apart from most other pass rushers. Blocking him one-on-one is tough enough, and when he escapes with a spin move, good luck stopping it.
Not in his repertoire. I think he's going to be a real player.
3rd and 5. He keeps this play alive. Eludes 3.
Offensive linemen just aren't prepared for Miller's spin move. In the moment, the tackle's goal is to keep Miller from zooming by him on the outside. The last thing he's expecting is this beast of a man to pull off a spin move within a split second before flying by on the inside. Tom Brady quarterback sneak. This one is simple yet oh so effective. Tom Brady is the winningest player in NFL history. He does all of the little things right. He can make all the right throws and all the right reads. But surprisingly for Brady, when it comes to a signature move, it actually comes by way of the ground game. No one, and I mean no one, pulls off the QB sneak like TB12. You might say big deal, it's just a 1-yard sneak. But what's admirable is that while almost every other quarterback prefers to hand the ball off to their running back on short yardage situations, Brady isn't afraid to risk his own body for those extra inches. And it's not just only effective when he needs less than a yard. Brady will happily bull his way into the end zone from multiple yards out.
Ball game. Brady's going to keep and take it in for the touchdown. Tom Brady slam.
Not to mention that Brady also scored the game-winning touchdown against the Ravens in the 2011 AFC Championship game on a QB keeper.
Brady says, I could pick that up myself. Leaps in the air, and he almost goes reach over the goal line. Feet overhead.
As easy as it may seem, there's actually an art to successfully converting the QB sneak. For starters, you need to secure that snap properly. Then you must find the right hole to exploit. And finally, you have to drive through that hole before it's gone, all while hanging on to the ball as a pile of behemoths try to rip it from your grasp. It's not as easy as Brady makes it look. Derrick Henry, stiff arm. Running back is always one of the fastest players on the field during an NFL game, but they're not usually the biggest, strongest, or toughest unless they're 6'3" and 247 pounds like Derrick Henry. If you're fast enough to catch up to him, he'll run you over. If you're strong enough to tackle him, he'll probably outrun you. There's just no easy way of dealing with the 2-time rushing champion. For Henry, his signature play is easily the stiff arm. It's not an easy move to pull off in the NFL these days, but Henry has absolutely bullied some of his opponents with it, namely Josh Norman during the Week 5 2020 game against the Bills.
He almost got him to jump. Yes, he did. He gives it to Henry. Henry trying to get to the outside. The defender.
You thought that was harsh? Just check out what he did to Alex Myers of the Lions in Week 15.
The catch. Just another great one from Corey Davis. Henry.
And who can forget what he did to perennial Pro Bowl safety Earl Thomas in the Titans' stunning 2019 AFC Divisional Round blowout against the Ravens.
Henry takes it to the outside. Oh, the stiff arm twice on Thomas.
These are just some of the many signature Derrick Henry stiff arms. It's a move that has allowed him to rack up the yardage after contact, which has led to consecutive rushing titles in 2019 and 2020. Ask any NFL defender which signature move they prefer to avoid the most, and my bet is 100% of them will answer Derrick Henry's stiff arm. What other NFL players have a signature move? Join us in the comment section down below. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time to do that by hitting that subscribe button down there. If you like the video, hit the like button. We'd really appreciate it. And until next time, tune in to TPS every single day for more cool videos. We'll see you.